Hey everyone, I'm back, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's a little bit different. Normally I just talk about movies and that's about it, and I feel as though it's also kind of a good idea to maybe talk about something other than movies for once, because this was just an experience that was just like, what is going on right now? And basically, what happened was I was out shopping and just grocery shopping, and some kid walked up to me and asked, "Can I have like doing this thing of like asking 10 seconds of your time or something?" What I'm just going to say is that this kind of just came out of nowhere. I was kind of just minding my own business, and eventually that just happened, and I was like, okay, that was weird. And literally, when that happened, oh, the first thing that I asked was just, why? And then I just stood there for like 15 seconds waiting for an answer. And the guy who asked me for my time, he was just holding his phone. And the first time he asked, it was 5 seconds. And I just stood there for 15 seconds just waiting for a response. And either one of two things happened when that occurred. And either he just ignored me or didn't hear me. So I don't know what happened there. I just stood there in silence for 15 seconds, and then I was like, "Yep, time's up," and then we just walked away. I was like, "Okay, that was weird. I don't know why that happened." And believe it or not, that happened two more times. The second time, I was like, "No, thanks." I don't remember my exact response, but it was like, "I don't know what's going on here." And then he asked me for a third time as I just walked by him because I was getting something. And I was like, no, not right now. No. Because I kind of caught on to the fact that this was something that they were just doing. And I don't know if it was a prank or just like a joke, like an in joke or something. I was very confused at the time as to like what was going on. And after the fact, I decided to do a little bit of research. And by that, I mean I just looked up like one video as to what this might have been. And for those who are confused, the best that I can describe, and after watching that video, I was a bit less confused as to what was going on, kind of. But when I was done with it, it was like, okay, it doesn't really make sense to repeat this joke, even if it is something that you're trying to do to like be internet famous or like get to lots of people to view your stuff. I don't know what happened. It's just weird. And basically, the video that I watched was just the guy was asking kind of just 10 seconds of your time. And 10 seconds went by of nothing happening. And then he said, "I've now wasted 10 seconds of your life that you'll never get back." And in the context of that, it's kind of funny, simply because it's a not only YouTube short, or at least the version that I saw, but also in any video you would think, oh, okay, maybe some joke is going to happen, or maybe like something will be paid off in any sense. But nope, it's just I wasted your time and got you to watch the whole video. Haha, isn't that kind of funny? And from that perspective, I can kind of understand the appeal, even if it's not really all that funny to me. Like, in retrospect, I was thinking maybe that's what they were doing, just like trying to do a prank, but I didn't see anyone filming anything unless it was from a distance. So that was kind of weird. Were they just doing it for themselves because they thought it was funny? But the problem is that it doesn't really make sense to repeat that simply because you're kind of missing the point as to why that worked, because you're just asking someone for a little bit of their time and just stopping there and never really explaining what actually happened and just leaving everyone in the dark. And it kind of just feels as though it was a joke for people who already know what it is, and for people who don't, it's just going to go over their heads and they're just going to forget about it type thing. And it didn't really feel like it was a prank or a joke that people wanted to share. It was like, oh, we're just doing it so we can say we did it. And that's all the enjoyment we're going to get. Like, I don't understand why you would choose this of all things to be doing, because it kind of just feels half-baked, because you're not really doing anything or saying anything interesting. You're just repeating what has already been done. and also just ignoring everything that made it work so well. Like when you're not making it into a video, it just feels out of place and it's just confusing as to why you're doing this. I know this is a kind of a thing that ultimately just doesn't matter, but I figured I might as well just share my experience as to like what happened at the day of me recording this because I was just so confused as to like what just happened. I was asked 3 times, and I accepted the first one because I just fell for it, and the second one I was like, no, thank you, and third time same thing. I was like, just leave me alone is kind of what I was thinking through my head, and also on one hand I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what the perfect response would be? Simply because I am giving them 10 seconds of my time. And I was not asked to be quiet. I was not asked to talk, but I could basically just do whatever I wanted. And if I were to say anything, I would say Peter 5'8" and just leave it at that and not explain. And for those who have seen Peter 5'8", it might be a little funny to you because of how atrociously bad that movie is, but also funny at the same time because it's a funny bad movie, or at least in my eyes it is. And they would have to look it up and like, oh, this is a movie that exists. Like, to me, that would be funny, but also at the same time, I probably wouldn't do that simply because I don't want to encourage that type of thing to keep going because it just wasn't funny. It was like you're missing everything that made it to work, and it was just confusing. I was like, why would you choose to do this? I don't know. And that's about all I have to say about that whole experience thing. It was very confusing, very dumb, and just why did you do that? I figured I might as well share this because I think it's kind of funny. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like and comment down below if you've experienced something like this or if you have a better understanding of this whole thing that's going on. I don't know if it's a trend or something. I have no idea because I haven't been keeping up. It's definitely something that I was unfamiliar with and I was caught off guard at the very least. So that happened and I just don't know what else to say. So comment down below if you've experienced this or anything. And my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next video up, and that is going to be an actual review of something, and that's going to be for hot summer nights. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.